Alright, today we are working on a 2014 C-Max Hybrid. We're going to be doing the control arms today. I'm going to show you why right now. If you have the same issue, I'm doing the lower control arms. This is me using one finger. Actually, fuck it, I'm going to use 3 fingers. You see how much this wheel shakes off of no movement, no force. And the problem is, because the wheel's not turning right now, the wheel's dead straight. The problem is that these lower bushings right here, this bushing here, I'm going to shake with my hand. See that lower bushing? That is why we're replacing it. And it's actually the same thing on the other side too, just not as much. You see that whole bushing is just sliding off. Same thing with this one, the bigger one. But this little guy is just sliding up and down. So that's why we're going to be replacing these control arms. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward stuff. So I'll show you how to do it right now. Alright, first step is get your impact, get a breaker bar, gear bar, whatever you got to do. It's 21 millimeter. We're going to just take off this wheel first. Alright, perfect. So we were just able to swing this guy off here. Boom. We have access to this bolt here. Alright, so after we have taken off this little bracket here, what's left on this side is going to be it's an 18 millimeter here on this bolt. Alright, so the next step here after we got this bolt taken out, we're going to need to take these 2 bolts off here. These are 18s as well, but the problem is that there's nuts right there, and it's really hard to see this one, but there's one right there as well. So I have this nice little wrench here. It's from Matco. Here's the part number. It's a little hard to see. But this is going to be the key on how to get this guy out, because it fits perfectly in it right here. And then on the swivel side as well, it'll fit perfectly on this side right here as well. Just like that. So you just want to hold the wrench just like that, and then get your impact. And both of these bolted nuts will come out. I tried a bunch of different things on how to kind of get it out. Like I tried using a 21 millimeter socket. I tried using a regular closed end 21, but they're all kind of angled, and this wrench was literally perfect. So yeah, this is gonna be the guy to do it, 100%. So we'll start and do that right now. I'll take this guy out, and then we'll focus on our big ball joint here after. I know I bet you if you go on Amazon, you can probably find something just like this, but it needs to be swivel on this side and just a closed end on this side with a little flange on it, little nipple at the end so it can just grab on it perfect. I just took them out right now, super easy. Next we're going to be going to this ball joint here. Alright, so next here we're going to need to do is take this ball joint off. It's going to be a T55. We'll put it on this side. And then on our other side, it's going to be an 18 mil. What I would do is go off the nut, loosen it from the nut. Don't put all of the tension and torque and bite on the bolt side. So just get a ratchet and hold it. Simple as this. There you go. Now, once that's done, if you wanted to, you can use a actual, you can use an impact and kind of just like loosen it and spin it off a little bit here. Alright, next up we're going to do is take this bolt out. It's not too bad to do, it's pretty easy, but you want to have kind of a finesse to it. I'm going to show you how I would do it. First, grab it and just kind of start to loosen it, get it spinning a little bit. Okay, you want it spinning. Next you can grab a nice little mallet here. You don't want to bang on it hard, you don't want to mess up the threads. You want to do light taps, just a couple, little spin. You can do some PB Blast or some penetrating fluid if you want. Light taps. There you go. It's already out. A couple taps. Nothing crazy. Then we can start to spin it out here. Beautiful. Threads aren't messed up. Looks good. Now we took that bolt off. Alright, so I'm in California. No rust, no salted roads, no snow. So this thing just came out pretty easy for me. If you are not as fortunate as me, you might have to put some penetrating fluid between here You know, if it was me personally, I would grab a chisel in between here to open up and spread where the ball joint actually seats. You can put a little chisel here, hammer it in. It's going to be a rough angle, so you can turn this wheel a little bit, so that's you'll have a better access port there. If you do that, some penetrating fluid, hammer down on the control arm, especially if you're replacing it, it's fine. The ball joint will come out. So it's pretty much as simple as that. You know, this thing is pretty much ready to come off. I'm going to sit here and pry at it for a tad longer here, and then it'll pretty much be ready to go. So here's this guy there. Let's see. This. There she is. Let's take a look here and see what's going on. Yeah. So this is why we're replacing, and not so much the big guy. Actually, yes, so much the big guy, a little bit too here. It's definitely cracked. So here's me moving into the tad. A lot of movement on it. A lot of movement. Here is our other rubber bushing here. Look at this. So it's just completely separated in the control arm. So that's why we're doing it. Pretty simple stuff. Everything's loosey-goosey on it. Oh, that shit just came the fuck off. So that's why we're gonna replace it. Alright, here we go. So right side control arm. Like I said, that bushing is not supposed to just fall out at all. They are press fitted in. So we know that one was a shitter. It's on its last leg there. So this thing's a piece of crap. Let that do its thing. You know, pretty simple to put back in. You don't have to take anything off else off suspension wise. You know, I'm gonna stop recording in a second here, but pretty much just move your hand this way, angle it out, and kind of just get it fitted in. You want to just start with these two. You can use your hammer here to get this fitted in. Once that's in, then you can actually, we'll do this one last. We'll do our ball joint last. So we'll get these two press fitted in. We'll get the bolts and the nuts started. We'll get a couple threads on this guy started. Bolts and nuts in here. Once that's good, then we can use a pry bar, push it down to get our ball joint in. So it's gonna sit just like that. So I'm gonna do that. Give me a minute here. I forgot to mention as well, we're actually gonna be taking the sway bar link off. And the reason why is this lower control arm, it's also bolted, getting held down with the sway bar bushing and the bracket to hold the sway bar down. So we'll take the link off so we can lift up the sway bar when putting the new lower control arm in. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And a little tip I forgot to mention is I put a little bit of grease on the upper, the lower little bracket pieces here, so it slides on pretty easy. There was a lot of just, you know, I mean, if you're in the Rust Belt, there's gonna be a lot of rust here. There's gonna be a lot of elements here going on, so it's definitely easier to slap a little grease on it. Now that we have it in, it's pretty easy. Just lift the sway bar with one hand up. Once you take the sway bar link out, and you line it up again, the bolts in, nuts in. We'll put this bolt in. We'll start to thread everything by hand, and then once we got it in by hand, a couple threads in, then we will use the gun. Same thing with this guy. We're gonna get these two in first, then we'll get this guy in there. Pretty simple stuff. Let's go ahead and get all that completed here. Alright, I didn't get video of it, but I wanted to just stop and show you a quick tip really quick before I finish putting everything back together. So once I was able to get the bolts through, just a hair, right? Just enough so it pokes out only on the lower control arm bracket, not the sway bar bushing bracket. Then I was able to move the sway bar with my hand, the entire bar with my hand, and then push the bolt up. And you can use grease for it to help, but once you push the bolt up, then it'll fit right through, and then you can get a nut through. It seems pretty hard at first and challenging because the sway bar is just kind of heavy and is just kind of in the way. But once you line it up a bit, get the bolt through the lower control arm, then the rest is super easy peasy, piece of cake stuff. So yeah. Alright, so this is pretty much everything. I'm about to get these tight. Put your sway bar back on here. Don't forget to get this bolt tight here, ball joint one here. Oh, sorry about that. Hold up. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I'll list some torque specs in the description here for everything, for the control arm and stuff. I'm going to set them to spec right now. I'll look online for them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Same thing on the other side here. I mean, nothing really different at all. Just the same exact thing. So I think I'm going to wrap the video up here because it's pretty much everything. So, yep. Peace.